Hey, what's up, Showstoppers? It is the Showstopper Gaming back with another WWE 2K24 video. Today we're going to talk about MyFaction. Um, to get it caught up, I've been doing a video every Friday for each of the game modes that are in WWE 2K24, just talking about them, what would be cool to see, whether it's in this edition or future editions of the game, and just my overall opinions of the modes. I'm starting this YouTube channel, primarily focused on wrestling and some poker. Trying to build that community just to hang out with, produce great content. So I appreciate everyone who's checking me out. Make sure to comment and interact as well. Let me know how you're enjoying the videos, if you're enjoying the videos, all of those things. So just to get caught up where we're at with WWE 2K24, we did have a showcase mode trailer release recently, which showed pretty much all the matches of Showcase. I think it left off 3, which I believe has been confirmed that it's Brock Lesnar matches, as Brock Lesnar was pulled for their promotion stuff. So that makes sense that those would be the ones that didn't get shown in that trailer. But a lot of good matches to look forward to. I think that's going to be a fun mode. I did already talk about that mode in my previous video, so definitely check that out. And I will be doing a series. I want to say on Wednesdays, I think is what I'm looking at, of a playthrough for the showcase mode, showcase of Immortals. So that is going to be dropping as soon as the game comes out. I'm going to try to do an episode every Wednesday until we play through the entire mode. I don't know exactly how many videos that will be. I'm going to try to break it up in about 20-30 minute videos. So if you're looking to see a playthrough of that mode, or maybe you get stuck somewhere, definitely check those out. I'll be dropping those as soon as I get it completed. But today we are going to be talking about MyFaction. So let's just see what they have on the website so far. There hasn't been a lot of news come out about these modes. I don't honestly, at this point, I don't know if we're going to get in-depth deep dives of them. I would expect a roster reveal sometime soon. We're just 2-3 weeks away, I think. When this video comes out, we'll be even closer. But let's see. It says build your faction, collect and build your ideal WWE faction using superstars and legends from every era. WWE 2K24 boasts single player and online multiplayer matches, including the all new ranked quick play. Compete against rival factions around the world and earn new rewards in the process as you establish yourself atop the seasonal leaderboard. All right, so MyFaction. I actually enjoy this mode. I definitely think there's things that need to be adjusted, and I'll go into my whole spill of overhauling this mode in a way that I think would definitely benefit it. Now, from what I have been seeing, and I think it's a speculation, nothing's confirmed, but we might see where these cards and these alternate attires are also used in the game. I don't know if that's just going to be these, pre-order bonuses that come with the MyFaction card and availability to use the game, or if this is something they're going to do for more cards in the game as they come out. You unlock them in MyFaction, and you'll be able to use them in other modes or exhibition or something like that. I don't know. That would be awesome if that's the case, but we just haven't had any confirmation as of yet that I'm aware of. But that would definitely make a more of a reason to play the mode if you want to unlock certain superstars or alt attires. Then that would be a big bonus, I think, and a big booster for this mode. Um, Obviously, with this game, you always talk about in-game transactions and stuff like that. I think that there's enough ways to play to unlock cards and build your MyFaction currency and stuff like that pretty quickly with the solo play. So I don't think it's like, to me, it's not necessarily a pay to win kind of a system. Now, I will say, looking at it last year, they had those timed challenges where you had to have certain cards and stuff like that. I could see that creating a difference between, you know, people paying to open packs versus not. So that's something to definitely keep an eye on. I don't think, it's just got to be careful with that. If you start to restrict that too much, it could leave people out where they can't get the card. So what other things? I like this mode, and I think it has a really good potential to be a fun online mode, but I think it needs a big overhaul. So the idea is similar to stuff that's out there. Ultimate Team from Madden is a big one, stuff like that. Um, and I definitely think it's an interesting uh, twist for WWE for that. But the where it comes down is the online play, right? So I don't know about everyone else, but I was hard for me to even do a match with their MyFaction quick play with the servers. They would crash every time I tried and all that. So that's problem one, needs to be addressed, right? We need to be able to do a quick play match, use our MyFaction card, and not really have any server issues with that, right? And complete the matches, no problem. Um, Step one. Step two is, I think it needs to be more realistic in terms of a faction, right? So I did discuss this, I think, in past video on my YouTube, but just to go over it again, I would really like to see your faction consist of a main event, a mid card, and a tag team. So 4 people still, but you have to designate those roles. You can use any cards with any of them, but it's more realistic. You take the bloodline, for instance, you have Roman Reigns in the main event. Solo, you could argue, as the mid card person, and then the Usos were the tag team people, right? Um, the reason why I want to see this is because I think that there should be an overhaul to how faction wars works. One, because let's be honest, the 4v4 matches can be a bit annoying, and is also kind of just um, doesn't really. It's kind of, people just play them to get them out of the way and get the rewards. It's not necessarily fun matches. So I think what would be cool is if you did these main event mid card tag team, then the ladder would be different matches. So maybe it's a one-on-one main event. You have to use your main event superstar, and then it's a tag match, and then it's a tornado tag or whatever. You can have all kinds of different matches. So your ladder is a little bit different, right? And I know they do have the weekly matches and then the story mode, story esque kind of thing where you have to do certain things. I think all that, leave it the same. That's fine. I just think that one part should be um, adjusted. And I think you could even have like an online version of that, right? So you can have a solo play where they get rewards, and then maybe online specific or online rewards if you play against someone in those match types. Maybe you get a bonus or something like that, and there's 2 different tiers that you can climb. So that's an easy online and mode addition to add to it, right? And then the biggest change I want to see, instead of, I'm interested to test out this ranked quick play and to see how that works and see what rewards you get and see how the rankings even work. Does it work on wins? Does it work on stars? How does that work? That's definitely interesting. And the biggest thing for this mode is it needs online capability for it to really take off. And we haven't had that to this point, in my opinion. So I'm interested in the rank quick play. What I would like to see more is divisions ish. So, like in Madden Ultimate Team, there was a thing where it was some sort of online play, right? And you basically played like a season, and if you won so many games, then you got to challenge for the Super Bowl, and it kept track of your stats and stuff like that. So I would like to see something similar to that implemented, where there's a main event division, a mid card division, and a tag division, and you have these for each brand: Raw, SmackDown, NXT, and there's a certain win level, a certain amount of wins you have to get, whether that be 5, 7, 10, 12, whatever you want to make it, right? for you to get a shot at the title. And all the matches will be online, and maybe it randomizes the match type or cycles through different match types, and you play. And if you win, say if you win, you have to get 5 wins to challenge for the title, and it keeps stacking up. Maybe there's a bonus if you get 5-star match or something like that, right? Maybe like the amount of stars you get in the match unlocks, determines what you get from the as a reward or something like that. That would be cool, just to add that good match quality to it as well, and not just only focus on the wins. But the wins is a big part. Let's say 5 wins and you get a challenge for the tag titles. So you do tag matches in the tag division, you win 5 times, you challenge for the title and you win it. Then every match after that would be a title defense until you lose it. And then once you lose, you have to climb the ladder again. But what this does is it adds, especially if you incorporate stats into this, it adds, you could have stats for individual cards, you can have stats for that specific faction, and you could have stats for you as a whole, you as a player. And then your stats can read maybe 3-time tag team champion, 2-time world heavyweight champion, stuff like that. And that to me is way more enticing to play and compare to your friends than, oh, I'm ranked 2 on the leaderboard because I have 200 wins and the next person has 198. That's, you get into one who has the most time to play, that could determine the leaderboards and other stuff, right? So that kind of ranking system doesn't necessarily work. But this one, if you play more, you'll have more matches, more opportunities at shots at titles. But you can still play when you have time, and if you're good and you win, you can win those titles rather quickly or keep defending them, and that's still stats you can compare to your friends or anyone online, right? So, and I think it's like a sense of accomplishment or a reward for unlocking these characters, getting these online wins, and you have something to show. And it's one step forward towards a competitive esports game, right? Which I don't think there's any reasons why WWE can't enter that field now that the game's more competitive and it's not bogged down by glitches and bugs and cheap ways for people to get victories or burn reversal. We actually don't have that reversal system anymore, where the whole stomping method and stuff like that. So it's actually a competitive game now. So I think that's step one, right? I think adjusting that to have somewhere where you can win titles, and that, I definitely think the divisions thing is the way to go, and do main event, mid card, tag team. I mean, I really think that would make a huge difference to MyFaction, and I think people would be excited to play. If 2 main things, right? Adding that online capability, so you're unlocking these characters in solo mode. You actually get to play, and you actually get to win championships. Because if not, what's kind of the point? Like, oh, I have this character, well, I can jump in exhibition and play with this character anyway. So like, what? A card collecting, yeah, but I mean, the whole point of the game and the cards is to play with them in a competitive manner, right? So I think 2 things to recap. I know it's kind of a tangent there, but this is a mode that I was really excited for when it first got announced, and then the lack of online capability or online support kind of took me out of it. I'm going to be doing weekly videos on this one as well. I think Fridays, MyFaction Fridays, just sort of going to be quick videos, maybe whether it be like pack openings with stuff I've got, or just updates on my matches, maybe some online matches if that runs smoothly, fingers crossed. So I'm going to be doing a lot of content, so I'll really be able to judge it this season. But for me, to recap, the 2 biggest improvements that can be made is, number 1, being able to use alternate attires and these characters you unlock throughout the whole game. That really makes a reason to try to strive to unlock these characters. And then 2, just changing up the way MyFaction at its core, adding in the main event, mid card, tag team element, and then adding divisions where you can challenge for the titles of the respective division and brand once you get so many wins. I really think that would be a huge online improvement. So that's my suggestions. Let me know what you guys think below. Do you like my faction? Are you going to be playing it this season? What are your favorite parts of it? What are your least favorite parts? What do you guys think of my suggestion? Do you think that would be a cool online mode that you would play if you had the chance to win titles and stuff like that based on wins? I'm really interested to see everyone's opinions on it, so please jump in the comments and share it. That's what I'm really building this for, to be a community of people who love wrestling and love the game and can just share their comments in a positive place. So yeah, let me know down below what you think. I'll definitely be reading those and reacting to them. So um, let's hear it. Other than that, I appreciate you guys. The videos have been doing pretty well every week. I hope you guys enjoy my ideas and input on these modes. As always, if you do, make sure to hit that like button so I know you guys are enjoying it. And if you can subscribe, that would be a huge help to me. It doesn't cost anything, but it really makes a difference for my channel and the growth. Right now, I guess my goal is 100 subscribers. We're at like 20 something. So, again, and just if you can hit that button, it would be awesome. And I always appreciate any support. And I'm really excited for all the content that I'm going to be dropping once this game releases. I know everyone has to be as excited as I am to get their hands on it and play this. So hopefully my faction and these changes really work and make an improved game mode this season. But that's going to do it for today. We're going to have one more video release the following Friday before the game drops, where we talk about my GM, one of my favorite modes. So definitely tune in, check that out once it releases. And then it's just going to be nonstop WWE 2K24 content for you. So we're going to be doing My Faction Fridays. We're going to do a whole showcase playthrough. I want to say we're going to be streaming some of the My Rise modes, and then also hopefully a GM series with my wife. That will be fun. And then I'm also hopefully going to have league matches that are going to just be on the channel here and there to see some online competitive gameplay. So subscribe, check it out. I'm telling you, there's going to be a ton of stuff that you're going to enjoy watching if you're a wrestling fan and if you're a 2K24 fan. And let me know if there's anything specifically you want to see wrestling related or game related that you would want me to record, whether that's pay-per-view recaps I've considered, or ranking videos, or anything. Just let me know down below. But again, as always, it's been awesome. I appreciate everyone. Until next time, never stop still in the show, and have a good one.